Do you often find yourself wide awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, feeling that familiar wave of frustration wash over you? It's a common story for so many of us as we get a little older. You drift off perfectly fine, maybe even feel like you're settling into a good night's rest. And then, suddenly, the clock strikes 3, and your eyes are wide open, your mind starts racing, and getting back to sleep feels like an impossible task. It's more than just annoying, isn't it? This painful reality can leave us feeling sluggish, irritable, and forgetful throughout the day, stealing our energy and dampening our spirits. We might blame it on just getting older. But what if I told you there's more to it than that? What if there are specific, often overlooked reasons why your body is hitting that internal alarm at such an early hour? And even better, simple, practical steps you can take to reclaim your peaceful, uninterrupted sleep. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on this mystery, exploring the surprising science behind why so many seniors experience this frustrating 3 a.m. wake-up call. And then, most importantly, we'll uncover easy, actionable habits you can adopt right away to transform your nights and truly live your best life. Make sure you stay with me until the very end, because I'll be sharing something truly surprising that could completely change your approach to sleep. Let's begin by tackling one of the most fundamental forces that governs our sleep light. Our bodies operate on an intricate internal clock, often called the circadian rhythm, which largely dictates our sleep-wake cycles. This clock is incredibly sensitive to light, especially natural light. As we age, sometimes we don't get as much consistent exposure to bright natural light, particularly in the mornings, and this can throw our internal clock completely out of sync. Think about it if your body doesn't get a clear signal that it's morning and time to be awake. It might not know when to produce the right hormones to help you wind down later in the day. The absence of sufficient morning light can lead to a delayed release of melatonin, the sleep hormone, and an early peak in cortisol, the stress hormone, making you prone to waking up in the early hours. So, the first powerful habit we can cultivate is to embrace morning light. This doesn't mean you need to start running marathons at dawn. It could be as simple as stepping out onto your porch or into your garden for 15-30 minutes shortly after waking up. If the weather isn't cooperating, sit by a brightly lit window. Have your morning coffee there. Or even consider a light therapy lamp designed to mimic natural daylight. The consistent signal of bright morning light helps to reset your circadian rhythm, telling your body, hey, it's daytime, let's get going. This, in turn, helps your body understand that when evening comes, it's time to slow down and prepare for a deep, restorative sleep. It's about sending clear signals to your internal clock, guiding it gently back into a healthy rhythm. Beyond the magic of morning light, what we put into our bodies, especially in the hours leading up to bedtime, plays an enormous role in whether we stay asleep or find ourselves wide awake at 3 a.m. Many of us enjoy a good cup of tea or coffee, and perhaps a glass of wine with dinner. But these very common habits can be silent saboteurs of our sleep. Let's talk about caffeine first. While that afternoon pick-me-up might feel essential, caffeine has a much longer half-life than most people realize. It can stay in your system for 6 hours or even longer, meaning that cup of coffee at 3 p.m. could still be circulating in your bloodstream at 9 p.m., actively interfering with your body's natural wind-down process. To prevent this, try to cut off all caffeine intake by early afternoon, ideally no later than 2 p.m. Experiment with herbal teas or decaffeinated alternatives if you still crave a warm beverage later in the day. Alcohol is another common culprit. While a glass of wine might initially make you feel drowsy and help you fall asleep faster, it actually fragments your sleep cycle. Alcohol prevents you from entering the deeper, more restorative stages of sleep, like REM sleep. As your body processes the alcohol, it can cause you to wake up in the middle of the night, often feeling hot, restless, and unable to get back to sleep. Many find that if they have alcohol, they wake up precisely around that 3 a.m. mark, feeling more awake and less refreshed than when they went to bed. Limiting alcohol, especially in the hours before bed, can make a significant difference. Lastly, consider your evening meals. Eating a heavy, rich, or spicy meal too close to bedtime can put your digestive system into overdrive when it should be winding down. Your body is busy breaking down food instead of preparing for rest, and this can lead to discomfort, indigestion, or simply an overactive internal system that keeps you awake. Aim for a lighter dinner, and try to finish eating at least 3 hours before you plan to go to sleep. Opt for easily digestible foods like lean proteins, vegetables, and whole grains, and avoid anything that might cause heartburn or discomfort. By being mindful of these dietary choices, you're giving your body the best possible chance to truly relax and stay asleep throughout the night. Now that we've explored the profound power of light and what's on your plate, let's turn our attention to what many overlook: your bedroom environment itself. Your bedroom should truly be a sanctuary for sleep. A calm, inviting space that signals to your body it's time to rest. Often, our bedrooms become multi-purpose rooms, offices, entertainment hubs, or even just storage spaces. And this can send mixed signals to our brains, making it harder to disengage and fall into a deep sleep. One of the most critical aspects of your sleep environment is darkness. Even a small amount of light, whether from a street lamp outside, a charging phone, or an alarm clock, can disrupt your melatonin production and subtly alert your brain, making you more prone to waking up. Invest in blackout curtains or blinds that truly block out all external light. Consider covering any small LED lights on electronics. The goal is to make your room as dark as a cave. Along with darkness, temperature plays a vital role. Most people sleep best in a cool room, typically between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 15 to 19 degrees Celsius. If your room is too warm, your body struggles to cool down, which is essential for initiating and maintaining sleep. Experiment with your thermostat, use breathable bedding, and ensure good airflow. A comfortable mattress and pillows that support your body are also incredibly important. You wouldn't expect a good night's rest on a lumpy old mattress, would you? If you've had your mattress for many years, it might be time to consider replacing it. Little details like comfortable sheets and a clutter-free space also contribute to a peaceful atmosphere. A tidy room helps create a tidy mind, making it easier to relax. Next, let's talk about those glowing screens that have become such a constant part of our lives. While our smartphones, tablets, and televisions offer endless entertainment and information, their presence in our evening routine can be a major culprit behind early morning awakenings. The blue light emitted by these devices mimics daylight, effectively telling your brain that it's still daytime, even when it's late in the evening. This tricks your body into suppressing melatonin production, the very hormone needed to feel sleepy and prepare for rest. If your brain is constantly being stimulated by bright screens and engaging content, whether it's a gripping TV show, an exciting social media feed, or even just checking emails, it keeps your mind wired and alert, making it difficult to transition into a restful state. To combat this, aim to power down all screens at least an hour, and ideally, 2 hours, before you plan to go to sleep. Instead of scrolling, pick up a physical book, listen to a calming podcast or some gentle music, do some light stretching, or even try a simple puzzle. This dedicated, screen-free wind-down period gives your brain a much-needed break from stimulation and allows your body to naturally ramp up its melatonin production, guiding you more smoothly into sleep. Think of it as a nightly ritual to tell your brain, okay, the day is done. It's time to slow down now. And finally, let's consider physical activity. We all know that regular exercise is fantastic for our overall health, and it's also a powerful tool for improving sleep quality. Engaging in moderate physical activity during the day helps regulate your sleep-wake cycles, reduces stress, and can even deepen your sleep. However, the timing of that activity is absolutely crucial, especially as we age. If you engage in vigorous exercise too close to bedtime, say within 3 to 4 hours of when you plan to go to sleep, it can actually have the opposite effect. Strenuous activity elevates your heart rate, raises your body temperature, and stimulates your nervous system, essentially giving your body an energy boost when it should be winding down. This can make it incredibly difficult to fall asleep and stay asleep. Instead, aim to get your physical activity in earlier in the day. A brisk morning walk, some gentle stretching in the afternoon, or even a light session of yoga can be incredibly beneficial without overstimulating your system before bed. Consistency is key here. Even short, regular bursts of movement throughout the day are more effective than sporadic. Intense workouts right before bedtime. Your body appreciates a steady routine. And when it comes to exercise and sleep, timing truly is everything. By paying attention to when you move your body, you're helping it prepare for a more peaceful night's rest. These adjustments to your daily rhythm, diet, bedroom, and activity are incredibly powerful. But sometimes, the biggest barrier to sleep lies within our own minds. So, next, let's talk about the silent disruptor that often keeps us awake: stress and anxiety. Now, let's address what I believe is often the most surprising, yet incredibly common underlying reason why many of us wake up at 3 a.m. feeling wide awake. And perhaps the most powerful key to unlocking truly restorative sleep: the silent, insidious creep of stress and anxiety. It's not always about big, obvious worries. Sometimes it's the subtle hum of our busy minds, replaying the day's events, anticipating tomorrow's tasks, or simply carrying the weight of unspoken concerns. As we age, we often find ourselves with more time for reflection, which can be a wonderful thing. But it can also mean more time for our minds to ruminate, especially when the world goes quiet and we're alone with our thoughts in the middle of the night. This mental churn triggers our body's stress response, releasing cortisol and adrenaline, which are exactly the hormones that tell your body to be alert and awake, not to be drifting peacefully back to sleep. So, even if you followed all the advice about light, diet, and a cool, dark room, if your mind is still racing, your body will struggle to stay in that deep sleep state. The surprise is that for many, fixing 3 a.m. awakenings isn't just about external habits. It's profoundly about cultivating internal calm. One powerful strategy to tackle this mental chatter is to create a worry journal routine. About an hour or two before bed, take a few minutes to simply write down everything that's on your mind. Tasks for tomorrow, nagging concerns, things you need to remember. Get it all out of your head and onto paper. This simple act can be incredibly freeing, allowing you to deposit your worries outside of your mind so they don't ambush you when you're trying to sleep. Another incredibly effective technique is incorporating gentle mindfulness or meditation into your evening routine. This doesn't have to be complicated. Even 5 or 10 minutes of focused, deep breathing can make a world of difference. Simply sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus your attention on your breath. Notice the inhale. Notice the exhale. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath without judgment. This practice helps to quiet the mind, shift your body from a fight or flight state to a rest and digest state, and reduce the overall level of mental agitation that prevents sustained sleep. Progressive muscle relaxation is another wonderful tool. Simply tense and then completely relax different muscle groups in your body, starting from your toes and moving up to your head. This physical act of releasing tension often helps to release mental tension as well. And finally, perhaps the most important mindset shift is to let go of the pressure to sleep. The more you worry about not sleeping, the harder it becomes. If you wake up at 3 a.m., instead of fighting it or getting frustrated, try to accept it. Get out of bed. Go to another room. Read a physical book in dim light. Listen to some calming music, or practice your breathing exercises. Don't look at the clock. Only return to bed when you truly feel sleepy again. This takes the pressure off and often, paradoxically, allows sleep to return more easily. So, let's recap the journey we've taken together to reclaim your nights. We've explored the profound impact of light, emphasizing the importance of consistent morning exposure to reset your internal clock. We then delved into how your evening food and drink choices, particularly caffeine, alcohol, and heavy meals, can be silent saboteurs of your sleep, and how making conscious choices can lead to deeper rest. We looked at transforming your bedroom into a true sanctuary for sleep, ensuring it's dark, cool, and clutter-free, signaling to your body that it's time for rest. We then talked about the crucial step of stepping away from those glowing screens in the evening, giving your mind a chance to power down naturally. We also considered the timing of your physical activity, understanding that while exercise is beneficial, doing it too close to bedtime can be counterproductive. And finally, perhaps the most impactful insight for many, we explored how addressing the often unseen burden of stress and anxiety can unlock the deepest, most restorative sleep you've longed for. Remember, dear friends, improving your sleep isn't about achieving perfection overnight. It's about taking small, consistent steps, one habit at a time. Each little change you make, whether it's getting more morning light, choosing a lighter dinner, or simply taking a few minutes to quiet your mind before bed, adds up to a significant difference in your rest, your energy, and your overall well-being. Imagine waking up feeling truly refreshed, ready to embrace the day with clarity, joy, and boundless energy. That's the gift of good sleep, and it's absolutely within your reach. Your golden years are meant for thriving, for enjoying every moment, for pursuing passions, and connecting with loved ones, not for surviving endless, sleepless nights. You deserve to wake up feeling vibrant and ready to live your best life every single day. I'd truly love to hear from you. Have you experienced that frustrating 3 a.m. wake-up call? What's been your biggest struggle with sleep? Or what strategies have you tried that have helped you the most? Share your experiences and wisdom in the comments below. Your insights and stories could provide comfort and practical help to someone else who's navigating similar challenges. If you found this video helpful and resonated with the information shared, please consider giving it a thumbs up. That tells me you appreciate this kind of content and encourages us to create more of it. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. We're always here to share practical, empowering advice designed to help you live your fullest, happiest, and most energetic life at every age. Thank you for spending this time with me. Embrace these simple changes, be patient and kind with yourself on this journey, and look forward to waking up refreshed and ready to embrace each new day with enthusiasm. Live your best life at every age.